More and more exasperated by these blows, and no warnings from Richard Steele.
Round 3 scheduled for 12. The stakes are high tonight, but they're higher for Evander Holyfield. Both have a lot to gain, but Holyfield risking his status as Mike Tyson's ultimate opponent.
Now for once, all of a sudden, Dokes trying to out-jab Holyfield. Somebody's mouthpiece just fell out.
It's Dokes. It's Dokes' mouthpiece. Dokes pouring in, going to the body. Holyfield, his quickness, able to elude those punches. Holyfield smiles at Dokes, saying, "I'm okay. You didn't hurt me."
But those punches that land to the arms and body, you're going to be able to tell the effect of those in another few rounds. He's now landing flush to the face as Dokes. Back comes Holyfield with some good shots to the head.
Oh, a crisp right uppercut by Holyfield. Dokes without the mouthpiece.
Dokes has opened up differently this round, going to the head, building up an early lead as punch after punch rains on Holyfield without an answer.
If this fight goes beyond 4 or 5 rounds, stamina will begin to play a role.
Well, that's what Dokes is counting on with his early attack. Hard attack to the head of Holyfield, who's not fighting back. He's standing still, taking these shots from Dokes, and that can't be good, folks.
Holyfield looks a bit frustrated.
Not only frustrated, he looks tired and he looks a little hurt.
He's been tagged. He has been rocked by Michael Dokes. Here the third.
Dokes switching to the head has surprised Holyfield, who's taking big shots.
Combination by Dokes.
Big punishment by Dokes on Holyfield, who doesn't seem to come back with his own attack.
That left was a grazing punch by Dokes.
But it was a great thought. A left hook just as Holyfield came in. If he caught him, he would have been on the seat of his pants.
Dokes showing a lot of heart.
That's what you're seeing. All the heart in the world is coming out of Dokes as he wants to win a round and begin to establish his mastery.
Michael Dokes fighting most of this round without the mouthpiece. There was a great cross by Holyfield that landed.
Now it's Holyfield on the attack, and now it's Dokes taking a breather.
Dokes tiring here towards the end of round 3.
He's put in a very heavy round of punching. He should post the rest of the round. I'm sure he will.
Apparently a winning round for Michael Dokes. Final seconds, round 3. The frantic action rages on.
These guys dead. These guys dead. Now listen. Hey, look. Go to the body. Go to the body. Now listen, don't be, what are you getting hit with them punches for? You got no business getting with them punches. Now go to that body, you understand? Right? Now look, take your time. Don't throw yourself away, you understand? But stay close and punch.
Amen.
Trust me. Let your hands go and leave me right.
We'll take a look at the flurry from round 3.
Well, this was the attack that Evander finally launched, only after being pummeled for the first 2.5 minutes by Dokes, who came out, switched to the head, and was landing clean shots to the head of a bewildered Evander Holyfield. I don't think he has had this kind of a test in many fights, and he is getting a little frustrated.
Certainly not as a heavyweight. 91-year young Marty Pops Cohn has never taken a plug nickel from Michael Dokes. He didn't have to. He owned a coal mine, then sold it. He doesn't need Dokes' money. Dokes says he loves Marty Cohn more than anyone else in the world, with the exception of his mom. Dokes does not seem to be affected by the punches of Evander Holyfield as we enter round 4.
Well, that's been what we're here to prove. Has Holyfield got a heavyweight punch? He's certainly been landing shots that would have hurt a lesser opponent than Michael Dokes. Like those right there. 2 or 3 jabs and a beautiful right hand. But back comes Dokes with that patented body attack. A lot of punches south of the border.
Well, so far this fight living up to reputation, it has been explosive.
Dokes just doesn't pardon Dokes. He gets a body shot for his trouble. Holyfield opens his round as he closes first and second, doing most of the leading as Dokes is chosen right now to take another breather. Could be this toll is getting to Dokes as well.
Go back to the jab, says the Holyfield corner. And the jab gets in.
They traded jabs. Dokes missed his. Holyfield did not. That's what you call a lottery punch. Just take your shot at something big.
Now Holyfield goes to the body.
Holyfield boxing much better while he's on the attack and initiating the action. He's faster than Dokes, but when Dokes starts, then it's a different ball game. Holyfield appears confused and flustered.
It appears as if Holyfield has now gone to more finesse, more footwork. He's bouncing around a lot more now.
I think he wants to take a breather from all of this hot and heavy in the trenches action, and that's the way to do it. Bounce around. He's got young legs. He can do it. You notice that Dokes is nailed to the canvas. He does not bounce around. He just stands still.
I would say this crowd is split in terms of the popularity for these two fighters. Right down the middle.
I think both the favorites of the crowd, and certainly sentimental favoritism for Michael Dokes, who has come back from sheer hell to be a contender for the title.
Two great stories. The former Olympian of the blue trunks, Evander Holyfield, one of boxing's consummate gentlemen out of the ring, against a man who battled back from a severe cocaine addiction, Michael Dokes, who lost to Jerry Coetzee, his only defeat, admittedly under the influence of cocaine. And then he straightened his life out, went to drug rehab, and he is 8-0 since the comeback. We'll follow Evander Holyfield, the challenger for this Continental America's heavyweight title.
That man going and hit this guy in the body a lot. Now look, now don't let him out hustle you on the inside. Just keep your hands moving, right?
And his manager, Ken Sanders, who is also known as the chief executive officer for Team Holyfield. And a big, deep breath from Mr. Sanders.
Keep that good defense. When you catch punches, come back to the body.
All kinds of celebrities in the crowd tonight here at Caesars Palace
You understand?
in Las Vegas. A pair of daredevils, Evel Knievel and his son Robbie. On April 14th, a spectacular event will take place as Robbie will attempt to jump the fountains in front of Caesars Palace on his motorcycle, a feat his father tried in '67, and rearranged practically every bone in his body. It'll be televised as a pay-per-view special live on April 14th.